Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to A Clash of Kings. Now, when we left off, we had just attempted to siege Stonehelm, but unfortunately, due to some intervention by the Stormlands vassals, we were unable to do that. Now, I did state in the previous episode I was going to do a little bit off-screen to prepare ourselves for the upcoming siege, and I did just that. I did a little bit. Obviously, Cohor right now is having a pretty bad time. Many of their villages have been raided, in actual fact, and as a result, I was unable to recruit as many troops from there as I wanted. So in other words, I gained about 15 of their peasants, and I've now leveled them up into veterans and elites and so on and so forth, thanks to our trainer skill. And I did place a little bit more money in the Iron Bank, and I also found some steel arrows, so they are going to be extremely effective because I also changed the ammunition count to 60, and I just so happened to find a large bag of steel arrows in one of the Volantis towns, in actual fact, so that is pretty cool. We're using that right now, and also I did actually delve into the files. Little bit of shady business on the black market, not really the black market, but a bit of shady business anyway, and I retrieved a weapon that I've been wanting to use ever since the quest that we did in the previous version, but that quest in particular has now been removed from the game for unknown reasons. Now, I want to use this because it is, in my opinion, an awesome weapon. It doesn't make you overpowered because the speed rating is very slow, but it just has a really cool feel to it. It's got blunt damage, it has the ability to crush through blocks, and it has a bonus against shields as well, and it is two-handed. So, we are going to live up to Elias's oath of only using two-handed weapons, and so on and so forth. So that's seeming pretty good right now. So we are going to lead our soldiers in an assault, and we are, of course, at Stonehelm. This is the weapon I'm using. Yes. It's a heavy two-handed mace, and its previous name was Coldbringer, but unfortunately, yes, that's been removed now, so yeah, it's just called two-handed mace or something along those lines, which is absolutely fine because I don't really mind. But there's 68 arrows. Oh yes, there is 68 arrows. I like that a lot. Now, of course, we don't have any more accuracy than we used to, but just having a few more arrows here and there to just waste, if we so desire, because obviously, yeah. I mean, you see this. I'm literally firing right at him, and I am not hitting him. There we go. Killed someone, thank goodness. And a headshot. Ooh, very nice. Maybe we can get a couple more of those. I would like that very much. I would not like to use all of my arrows though, but again, I think 68 arrows because of the large bag that we retrieved from one of the Volantis towns. I mean, that's making a huge difference in the amount that we actually have, because obviously 8 extra arrows, that's pretty good. I mean, you know, it's not every day you get 8 extra arrows, is it? So I think that's pretty nice. And obviously we would have had 60 anyway, so yeah, it's not too bad. And we do get to try out our new mace too, of course. Yes, while I was perusing the black marketplace, yes, I did see a bunch of really, really cool armor, and I actually got a bit of an idea for maybe a new series at some point in the future in the Clash of Kings mod, but again, we already have a series, and it's going reasonably well, apart from Aegon holding feasts all the time. Yeah, he held another feast. He held yet another feast, and he was just like, oh, Elias is attempting to take this thing again? Oh, I'm going to make another feast. Yes, that's exactly what happened. He literally went and did another feast right away as soon as I started the siege here. So that's kind of amusing, I gotta say, but thankfully enough, we might actually be successful here for once. That would be nice. Ooh, another headshot, very good. And maybe I'm actually able to get another one, maybe. Ah, there we go. I think I may have the secret now. I think I have to aim a little bit downwards. Is that true? Does it fire in the same exact way every single time? I don't think so somehow, but we are getting a little bit more success with these things, so I suppose that might actually be it. But okay, let's get our archers over here. They're being a little bit silly right now, as we can see. We also have a mounted Targaryen sergeant, who apparently is mounted on more than a horse. He is mounted on the air itself. Oh yes, That's exactly what we want to see, isn't it? Yes, exactly. So we're just going to continue firing at the opposing defenders. Oh, there he goes. He's going for a little bit of a dive there. And maybe we can get a couple more kills here as well. I'd like to keep some of the arrows back just in case, because you never know when you need some ranged assistance. There's a nice headshot there too. These guys do seem to have some pretty decent armor as well. 46 damage. Come on. Yes, there we go. Okay, we're losing a couple of our macemen now as well, but I'm going to need to head up there as well. Oh, Carver, come on. How can you fall? How can you fall? Oh, we actually have a ladder as well? When did that happen? I actually have no idea. Okay. Well, it's good to know. It's really good to know. Okay, so this mace in particular is very slow in comparison to our previous two-handed weapons, so yeah, do bear that in mind. I'm going to be having some problems when it comes to dueling people, because obviously they're going to have a faster weapon. This is basically the slowest weapon I think you can probably get, apart from maybe a halberd or something. But for the most part, yes, this is going to be very, very slow, but it hits extremely hard and it knocks people unconscious. So if we want to, you know, go on a slave trading, prisoner taking spree, then that is going to make things a whole lot easier. So we're going to try it out anyway. We're going to try it out a little bit. And this is where my bow comes in handy. Hello there. I'm going to shoot you. And you're going to die. Yes, there we are. Okay, maybe we can get a couple of kills here too. Oh, we actually pushed him off. There we go. Okay, very nice. Ooh, yes. Okay, so we do have a couple coming... Oh, yes, I say a couple. There's actually a huge amount coming up the stairs right there. And I'm not particularly pleased about it. Oh, we stumbled up the stairs as I was moving sideways. Really? Oh... How could you? How could you, Elias, really? Okay, so, yes, now we're just going to be... Oh, yes, we're going to be bashing these guys super, super hard right here. Because, I mean, really, that's what we can do right now. Unfortunately, these guys are having the possibility of being able to interrupt my swing due to them being able to penetrate my armor relatively well with their abilities. So, yes, Elite Stormlands archers, they're definitely able to get past our protection threshold. So that's kind of sad, but I really, really do like this weapon a lot. Even though it is slow and probably not the most damaging or anything like that, I really, really like it because it just has that sort of weighty feel behind it. Because most weapons in Warband in general, they seem to have a bit of a floaty feel to them. They're a bit light, and when you attack someone and then they're just like, "Oh, did you attack me?" And then you're just like, well, yes, I hit you, and I did damage. And then they're just like, really? I didn't feel it. And this is the weapon and the mace that will cause them to feel it. So I'm pretty happy about that, at least. And it doesn't, as you can see, it doesn't make us too overpowered or anything like that. 14 kills, that means we killed 14 with our bow, and 20 wounded. So we can actually see a little bit more of a breakdown now with the kills and wounded disparity. So I think that's actually pretty nice. So what else do we want to do here? Well, Golden Company archers, of course, Golden Company man-at-arms, and then what else do we want to take? Well, usually I really do not like taking sellswords, but I'm going to take them anyway because they're kind of good. And there we go, we have full mounts now. So this is this is where it gets hilarious. This is where it gets absolutely hilarious, and probably the reason why I need to upgrade my prisoner management again, because having only 80 sometimes is really quite bad. As you can see, we already... yeah. That's not good. We already reached the limit for our prisoners, which is not good. So, we're going to let our companions take all of that, thank you very much. And now, this is where we get to decide whether we want Stonehelm to be awarded to us. I think we are actually going to be asking this because it is so incredibly close to our original castle that it should make the most sense ever for us to go for something like this. So I think we will request it. Thank you very much. Okay, so now this is also the issue now. We have to wait here and... oh. I see. Yes. They are appearing out of nowhere to attempt a retaliation against us. I will not allow this, of course, but I don't know whether I have much choice, to be honest. Okay, so let's have a look here. another point in intelligence or another point in strength? Well, that's the thing. We already had 21 strength until that thorn incident. I will not speak of it any further. That was annoying, but otherwise, we do have the opportunity to go for a little bit more in intelligence, more persuasion and things like that. But do I want to? You see, that's the thing. I mean, Brynden is seeing to everything else. He's seeing to the pathfinding and the medic skills, and I would hope that he's actually going to be improving his engineering as well. So I think we're actually going to be improving our charisma a little bit, because I would very much like to get... Well, let's just see. Wait a minute. Yeah, okay. I'm thinking we'll probably put some... That is annoying, isn't it? That is very annoying. Okay, well, yeah, let's just go for inventory management and we'll go for 1 in charisma. I think that's kind of a waste, I gotta say. It's kind of a waste. Look at the amount of weapon points we have, seriously. But that is just fantastic. So, yes, I think that is kind of a waste, but I really want to get 15 in charisma because that extra prisoner management is going to make a huge amount of difference when we actually get into battles with vassals that have so many units that we're able to just take as many as we so desire. So I think that is going to be that, and then we are going to just level up a couple of our companions here. Oh yes, more strength, thank you. And Graznon, you are using a terrible weapon. Oh no, actually he's not using a terrible weapon, he's actually using a pretty good weapon. Okay, so what are we going to go for here? Well, that's the thing, he's got a good amount of intelligence. I think we probably want to spec more in intelligence because he is our tactician slash trainer person, and I would like to get him a little bit more in Iron Flesh here because, well, that's the thing. We're going to try and get his Power Strike and Iron Flesh as high as possible because he is basically without any kind of defense whatsoever. So it would be kind of good if he would stay alive a little bit more. And Carver is just going to continue pumping his strength up because do you even lift? And he says yes, of course he does. And let's see, is that it? Yep, that is indeed it. So we are now going to be waiting here for some time and we'll see if they decide to retaliate. I don't think they will somehow. And yes, that was literally, I don't even know, 20 seconds and they ran away. They literally ran away, and you know why they ran away? It was hilarious. Some House Targaryen vassals came out of the woods to our right, and they didn't even bother to attack them. They literally didn't even bother to attack them. Wow, we're losing a lot of money right here. Wow, that is pretty bad. Ouch. But yes, as I said, I did actually place some money back in the Iron Bank, and that's pretty amazing. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Oh, this is... Oh my. Okay, so this is not something that I anticipated, shall we say. I was most pleased to hear of your valiant efforts in the capture of Stonehelm. Your victory has gladdened all our hearts. You also requested me to give you ownership of the castle, but that is a favor which I fear I cannot grant, as you already hold significant estates in my realm. Instead, I have sent you 2,500 coins to cover the expenses of your campaign. But Stonehelm I give to Lisono Ma, who I think is a defector? Isn't he a defector? Well, see, this is the thing. I initially probably would have been like, yes, I'm going to renounce and just run off immediately. But we actually have a very, very good position here, because even though we are not very high up in the, shall we say, the rankings of the vassals, we're not very high up with that. We're pretty low. Even though that is the case, we have a pretty good position, because we own our own castle to garrison our units and things like that, and that's the thing, where would we go? I mean, we could join Stormlands and then eliminate House Targaryen, but I really didn't want to do that. I wanted to stay with House Targaryen for as long as possible, so I think we're going to accept the decision, because even though that's probably a really bad idea, I think it is just something we have to do, because, I mean, look at this, okay? I can understand Aegon's position, because Aegon right now, he has, I don't even know, 9 or 10, maybe even 11, 12 vassals under his command. I mean, I'm pretty sure we can actually find that out by going to factions here. And House Targaryen is here. So, yes, how many vassals do they actually have? We don't even know. Oh, no, there we go. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Yes, so yeah, there are 10 vassals, excluding myself, and obviously Aegon himself as well. So he has to think, hey, who am I going to give this to? I need to make sure that all of our vassals are happy and they all have a pretty good prospect when it comes to the amount of money that they can make so that they can recruit troops and things like that. Obviously, the AI doesn't really worry about that so much, but still, if you think about it in a more realistic manner, then me asking for Stonehelm was probably a really, really greedy idea. But anyway, I think right now we're going to stay with House Targaryen. We're going to try and expand, maybe even eliminate the Stormlands, and we'll see what happens after that. But anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.